All right, welcome back to Orphans of the American Dream. We're back from break, and I had nothing to leave you with because this is a very
Because this is the most boring session ever.
yeah, this is the most boring session ever for sure.
Not true.
Okay. Oh, you don't think that? Oh, good. Okay, perfect.
Just because it doesn't have a central thread doesn't mean it's not interesting.
It does have
The
a central
central
thread.
thread
It's the
is the
railroad.
railroad
Yeah.
Wow.
Touche.
Okay.
Love you.
All right.
Bro. Love you.
Yeah, that'd be too good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so it's the next day. So move you guys ahead. Actually, no, it's not the next day. It's the night. That same night that
Seems like the only other option.
Josh woke up in. Yeah. Well, and Jared, you notice as you're kind of like, I don't know where you'd be going. Maybe you're like going back to your room or whatever. You notice that Lynn is sitting by herself as like the train is going, and she's like dangerously like sitting with her feet like dangling over the edge, and it's like she's not gonna clip her feet or anything unless she like jumped off, but she's just kind of like living on the edge and sitting on like in between the two train cars, like with her hinged kind of a thing.
I just awkwardly go like, "So you have a sister?"
Yeah, she kind of looks at you and just kind of has a big long sigh, and then
Which one am I talking to?
she says, "It's Lynn."
That was
Yeah.
a joke.
Well, before I said it was Lynn, and it wasn't Lynn, so it's a fair question to ask to chance the GM's trying to confuse you. I think she has like a big long sigh, and she's just like, "Yeah, she's my twin." And then she like looks at you like you already knew that, like does that, and she says, "We used to get into a lot of trouble together before the apocalypse. Can't imagine the trouble she's getting into now."
Yeah, if it's even half as interesting as what you've been doing.
Yeah. Well, if you want to know the story, and she looks up at you, you're gonna have to get me a bottle of bourbon.
I just slide it out of my bag.
Okay. And why do you have this bottle of bourbon?
Make a resources test.
Dang it. Okay, I'll roll her.
I mean, I have a bottle of bourbon.
You go steal it from Josh.
Stole it from Josh's bag. Yeah.
You just show up to my pantry IRL and see my bottle of bourbon.
No, I mean, do you actually want to make a resources roll, or
if I have to.
I think resources roll 3.
Oh gosh.
Good luck, baby. Whoa, -1.
It's actually dirty water.
So what?
That's a -1.
Yeah. What do you?
I have 2 Capri Suns.
Yeah. Okay.
I have 2 Capri Suns and some orange slices. That's all I own.
Okay. Yeah. So you like sit down and you like hand her that, and she gives you like a look like, really? Like, you're gonna have to do better than that.
I don't have any money. I punch things. Do you have any money?
She rolls her eyes and she's like, "I've got a little flask. I was hoping to refill." And she's like, "You can have one swig." Wait, what?
I'm like, maybe we can raid the pantry later.
she smiles and she's like, "You should raid the pantry before." And she does that to you, like, "Go get me some bourbon."
Okay.
Do you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Make a stealth roll.
Oh gosh, man! Today is just not my day. Oh, I actually have a +1.
Difficulty 3.
Nope.
You got a 1. Do you have a fate point to spend on this?
Nope.
So you get caught, for sure. And I think we're gonna add another mark here to rabble rouser.
I mean, we brought we gave them all of our food or whatever was it. I'm like, oh yeah, we gave you stuff, so I'm taking it back.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you want to roll like a different roll besides stealth then? Of like, give me a
Yes.
bottle of bourbon. This is a a lot of work here for a little flavor, but
I'll provoke him.
like give me what's mine kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Difficulty 3.
Gonna roll a -4.
You still got a 2.
Yep.
Okay. Well, he sends you away empty-handed. He's like, get out of here. So you come back to Lynn empty-handed.
I still got Capri Sun.
Yeah, and she just takes your Capri Sun and just like downs it and then just like throws the wrapper like off the railroad tracks.
I
And
can't
she's
believe
like,
you let me have Capri Sun, but not bourbon.
well, it's not what she wanted. It gives you no bonus here. It doesn't matter. I thought it was funny. So she just looks at you and she's just like,
I'm not good much anything that's not punching or being punched.
and she looks solemn at that and she says, me too. And she kind of like shivers with the chill of the wind. And there's just silence.
Put your arm around her, Jared.
Yeah. I was gonna offer her my coat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do I have a coat? We've never really discussed what my combat.
Give her your armor and you'll be in your boxers.
Well, clearly you already established. So either you were in your boxers for that fight, and you don't have a coat to put around her, or you weren't in your boxers and you do have a coat to put around her. Those are your two options.
Choose wisely.
You know what? I take off my shirt and give her that. I take off my whatever upper body armor.
Okay,
I wrap it around her.
She looks at you real strange at that, but then she just like leaves it. And
I don't want a coat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then she blushes a little bit after she gives you like a dirty look.
And I'm just sitting there bare chested.
Yeah. Yep. And she just says, I don't have anybody to talk to really, and haven't this whole time. And well, can I talk to you?
Yeah, you could have talked to me from the beginning. I mean, I'm the one who vouched for you.
And she just kind of looks down and is like, why did you do that? Vouch for me. I mean, what have I done to help any of you people? Besides breaking Robbie's hand.
Do we ever know what happened there?
No. You guys never figured out what happened there exactly.
Oh, so many mysteries.
We never really asked, but
yeah. No, yeah, that's the thing. Nobody asked about Lynn or like talked to her at all. And so this is the result of like you guys neglecting the NPC.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, she's not Avner, so we're not interested.
He's not somebody to torture. That's so boring.
I mean, like, she went with Lane to hunt the bear, right? That
yeah.
Happened. I'm like, you've contributed. You punched people real good, better than me even. You punched a bear to death. And about his hand, who cares? You didn't shoot me in the stomach or somebody in the neck, so you're doing pretty good there comparatively.
Yeah, she chuckles a little bit at that and like feels at her wounds, like she's remembering how much that hurt.
Yeah.
And she just says, I used to have a real sister. Becky used to be, I mean, we were soulbound. We did everything together. And we're the same age, but she always acted like the older sister. She always took care of me, even when we were on the streets and we had to steal and hurt people to get by. I mean, we were just kids back then, but she looked after me. She did all the hard things. She's who taught me how to survive. And then she just left. I just woke up one morning and she just was gone. And now she's here and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know why she left.
You could always ask.
And she just kind of thinks about it for a bit and she's just like,
I mean, if you've
yeah,
watched our entire group's dysfunction and near just turning on each other, a day of talking can fix a whole lot.
she nods and she says, there's something else I wanted to ask you about. When we're done here, we get to this nuke and we do whatever we're gonna do. What happens next? What happens?
We go to the second one and then the third one.
Right, okay. And
Does she
and
know?
then
Does
what?
she know about that? Or
Yeah, I think she does.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay. And then I haven't thought that far ahead.
Me neither.
I'm sure Connor is going to want me to go back to Europe, but
And she kind of looks expectantly at you after you say that.
like to go to Europe.
You're well. You can assume.
Should I?
You can make an empathy roll if you'd like.
Let's make another empathy.
We're gonna make another empathy roll, Lynn.
what's the difficulty?
Fail another one.
Well, it's against her deceive, right?
Oh,
She's trying to hide her emotions.
okay. Well, of course she is. What a
Another -1.
Oh, that's a -3, Jay.
All right. This is the
Drop it.
lowest roll we've seen on the show.
Catastrophic failure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say you don't notice that
Do you
she
wanna
looks
re-roll
expectantly at you.
Fate point.
I can't- I
You
don't
don't have a fate point.
There's all
No.
aboard. You can use all aboard and get a reroll.
Yeah, you do have a free invoke on that
That's fine.
Yeah, but how does all aboard make sense exactly?
because we're
We're on a
on the
train.
train.
Yeah,
In
okay,
kind
you
of-
got me there. You got me there.
And she wants to go with him.
We're in
There
no
you go.
man's
There you go.
territory
All
between two different
aboard.
people's safe places.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah, you can use that if you
It's a
want.
vulnerable spot.
Especially if Josh is the one that made it and he's saying use it. I think you're fine.
I don't know.
Shoot
I
your
feel
shot,
like
Jared.
I
But
feel
don't
like
make a mistake of it.
I'm gonna lose. You realize you're giving this to me to just spit and throw on the ground.
If that's what you choose to do with it, Jared,
Right.
then it will have been worth it.
Jared, you
I'm
just
gonna get a -4. I know
you
it.
just have to
But
roll
you're gonna re-roll with it, or
0. I mean, he can't just
You
use
can't
it.
just get a +2. It wouldn't work,
tie.
right?
Right, because it would tie.
He would tie, I guess, which is like a partial success.
But yeah, I think he has a better chance of. Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
okay.
He had a better
Yeah,
chance of
I
re-rolling higher. So
Yeah. All right. So you succeed with a 0 again. So she looks expectantly at you, and she wants to get invited along.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure you could come with. As you've seen from Connor's entourage, they're not exactly, at least from what we've seen, fighters. Other than, is it Lane or Lang?
Lang.
Other than Lang, but he's not exactly the traditional fighter.
And I think she kind of looks down at that and is like half satisfied. And then she says, "So is that all I'm Like when you look at me, is that who I am? Is that all I am? Do I just
Just, I mean,
kill things? Do I just
No.
hurt people?
I mean, no. That's literally what we've all been doing, but no one is defined by that. That's not all you are. I mean, I've probably killed more people than you, definitely, probably.
Yeah, she punches you in the shoulder, probably in like a bruise where she had punched you earlier, and it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, how does that feel?
Like, well, considering I'm half naked, that doesn't feel very good.
And she laughs.
I'm gonna need that armor back.
She smiles at you and she's like, I think I like this version of you better, and like winks.
What version of me?
The shirtless version.
I just wanted you to say it.
Did you say that a character or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, she blushes.
I'm good.
And I think her like laughter, she kind of like
Pushes me off the train.
no. I think she kind of just like the night turns from, unless you try to bring it back to the serious conversation, she finds this excuse to like not talk serious anymore because you're kind of making light of it. She just kind of is like, yeah, whatever, and just kind of like like unless you say something to bring it back, she kind of just like turns the rest of the night just into like joking and like pretending that the Capri Sun is alcoholic and having
this
just
close, Jared. You were this close, and you let it go.
Talk, but
what? I'm dead. I didn't know Jerica liked me for a very long time. Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the night, I'll be like, yeah, like seriously, if you ever need, to talk to anyone, I have ears. Make it for the finger guns.
Yeah, she just like looks at you like you're such a dork. And she just like waits until you're kind of like leaving, and then she says, "Hey, thanks. We should talk again sometime."
And I'll bring something better than Capri Sun.
And she laughs, and then she heads off to bed.
And I come with. No, I'm kidding.
Are you kidding or?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, all right.
I don't want you to have to narrate.
Dad, you're a child. Okay, so we're gonna jump over to the next day, I think, and we'll move the hex here. So you guys land in another city, and I think it's the morning with you, David, and I think you like kind of walk in to one of the train cars, and Helen is like making up something special for breakfast for her and Liz. And as you kind of walk in, Liz runs off into a different train car to go and grab something.
Okay.
And Helen greets you and is like, "Good morning. How are you? How'd you sleep?"
Well enough, I suppose. How about you? I'll go like. So you said we're in like the dinner car, right? Like the mesa car, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or okay, so I'll go find something to eat. I suppose whatever they have.
Are you rubbing your eyes because like you're tired from waking up in the morning, or
No, that's just
I'm
tired.
character?
Being tired.
Real you being real tired.
Yeah, it works, I guess.
So, yeah, I think there's just like some sort of sludge like looking, or not sludge like porridge like looking thing. It resembles oatmeal, but doesn't quite seem like oatmeal.
Yeah, so I guess I see that, and then I'm like, they told us their chefs are good. So like we were lied to.
And Helen is like, yeah, that's why I'm adding some stuff over here, and it's like I found some dried fruit in one of the cabinets, and sticking that in some here, just a little something. The captain is really nice to Liz and I. She sneaks a little bit of extra stuff here and there for her.
That's nice. At least it's not all pirate facade.
Yeah, what's up with that anyway?
No idea.
And you kind of like sit down at the table with her.
Sure, yeah.
She kind of like is a little uncomfortable with that, and then she just kind of sits down and is like, okay, and she just doesn't say anything.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah, I think when I see that she looks uncomfortable, I'm like, do you want me to find a different table?
She's like, oh no, you're fine. It's just Liz.
Yeah.
Liz likes that chair. Yeah, and you can see through this. I'm not going to make you roll for it. Like you can see through. Like she's trying to like come up with something.
Yeah, I just look at the chair. I stand up and go get another chair and put it next to it.
And she's like, "Oh, that's good. That's great." And I think Liz comes back, and she like pokes her head in and sees that you're still there, and then she like ducks back out.
Yeah, so I look back at Helen and I say, she's been dodging me.
Has she?
Yeah,
I haven't noticed.
I give her a flat look.
Look, after what happened, and after we talked with that pastor at the church, he's kind of afraid of you. Maybe not afraid. I don't want to speak for her. Maybe I should get up and I'll let Liz come walk with you. Is that okay?
I mean, that's fine, but I think she'd rather you were here.
Yeah, probably. I'll go get her. And
okay.
And she goes and grabs her and like it kind of seems like they talk about it for a bit before coming back, and then she goes back, and Liz it's kind of giving glances to Helen, like this is allowed, like I'm okay to do this, and then she sits down and she's like, "Look what the cat dragged in."
I'm a strong cat. Sorry, that's a bad joke. Anyways, and it's like, look, I guess no, I'm just trying to think of what he would say. Because I haven't seen much of you lately.
She says, "Yeah, well, I like to hide." She just kind of brushes it off, kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just sighs and looks to Helen, like he's trying to figure out how to breach this.
Helen gives you a, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks. It's your help. Yeah. Yeah, so I think he just sighs and says, look, I get that it's been a lot since, it's been a week. How long has it been since she joined us? I don't know. We passed through time pretty quickly. So like a couple weeks.
Maybe a little bit longer, like 3 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, I know it's only been a few weeks and it's been a lot, but like if you got something to say, you don't have to be afraid to say it.
She kind of looks at Helen And Helen doesn't like give her a look or anything. She kind of gives you the kind of gives her the same look she gave you, of just like, you can say what you want. I don't know. And Liz looks at you and she just says, I don't like that you kill people all the time. I think it's wrong.
Yeah, he just chuckles and says, yeah, I get that a lot. That's a good thing. So means you've got something in your head screwed on, right? When I told you you did when I told you you did a good job, it's because you took your own initiative. You did your own thing. You made your own decision. This world is not a place that's kind to children. Don't really get that. What's the word? Luxury anymore. You did a hard thing. Maybe it wasn't a good thing, but you did a hard thing.
And Helen is watching you carefully as you say this.
Yeah. It says, you are your own woman, even if you're young, too young for that. Before the bombs drop, that doesn't matter anymore. And you need to be able to make your own decisions. And I was defending that because you made a decision. And even if it's not a right decision, even if you don't think it was a good decision, you made it. You followed through on it. You did a good job, which again, maybe that's not a good thing. He like glances at Helen. But that doesn't mean you have to follow in my footsteps. You don't have to make the same decisions as me. That's the whole point. Do your own thing. In fact, maybe don't follow my footsteps. There's a lot of meandering in that direction.
And she's just like, why don't you just do the right thing too? Why is it so hard for you?
Well, the right thing means a different thing to different people.
So? Then why shouldn't I be like you?
Well, because you don't think it's the right thing. You said so yourself.
And she seems to kind of chew on that for a while.
We determine what's the right thing from our experiences and what we learn. I've had a lot of experiences. I hope you never have. And I hope the thing that's right for me isn't ever the thing that's right for you, even if you're good at it. Because, just because you're good at a thing doesn't mean you should do it, especially not that.
She kind of looks down at like the knife on her belt, and she looks back up at you, and she says, "Okay."
Yeah, I think I put my hand on her shoulder if she lets me. Like I do it kind of slowly.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of ways.
She's kind of weirded out by how slow you go.
Yeah. Yeah, he almost looks like he's afraid to touch her. And then he puts his hand on her shoulder and says, there's a lot of ways to use that thing that are good, I think, from most people's perspective. You just have to find that line for yourself. Make sure you sleep at night,
And then I think we get, she just says, do you sleep at night?
David rubs his eyes.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to say that he does, but I feel like that might be too. Yeah, I think he says, I used to not sleep so well. That's all he says, I think.
She just kind of shrugs, and she looks at Helen a little bit like not sure what to do next, and then she's like finished with her food, and she just looks at you and she's like, so what are you doing today? And I think we just kind of cut there. Yeah. Okay, cool. I like that. Okay, so I think I don't want to do combat, because I don't think it's necessary or like interesting right now. But I do want to get a scene of like some bandits stop the train, and I just want to hear how you guys would like resolve this situation. And I want to get so like basically like a montage scene of like the whole gang is here. The gang has like made this big journey throughout all this time, and now they're on this train, and they just do some cool stuff.
Maybe we could have the build up scene to the fight, and then the fight itself can be one of those things they do in TV shows, and they don't want to have an actual battle scene, and they just follow one character who's like, ooh, 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 until everyone's dead, and then the fight's over. Like in Game of Thrones, when Jon is like, oh, there's people dying over. Oh, I got hit in the head. The fight's over. Or no, that was Tyrion. It doesn't matter. Anyways, because I think it might be interesting to see how the people on the train react to this and like that dynamic.
Right.
And then the fight itself, we could probably just skip.
Right.
We've seen that dynamic plenty of times.
Right. Yeah. So we get a shot of like the like I don't know. There's some sort of like bell that goes off.
They blow the horn, right?
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. They have the choo choo. Yeah, you're so right, David.
It's not like they need it to warn cars are coming.
Right. Yeah. So they give you the choo choo, and
is it two chews for danger?
Yeah, two shoes for danger. Write that one down.
Connor, how many chuggas come before the choo choo?
That's how you know how many bad guys there are. They chugga once for every 10 guys.
I watched a YouTube video about that the other day where it was just like someone was literally answering the question like how many chuggas come before the choo choo, and he went into the giant explanation of like meter and like why like it's a specific way because of the way.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So the GM gives you this really long explanation about exactly how many chuggas happen, and then we just get into the scene. So I think it's you guys get into the city, right? And that's where the fight is at. And I don't think I don't think the train stops. I think they keep it going. And we have while the train is running, there are people trying to get on.
I mean, would they not put something on the tracks?
They don't know. No. Or maybe they do. Maybe they do put like a car in the tracks, and you guys hear like a clang, and they just like rammed it, and like it's
a
all
giant
good.
Cow catcher on the front of the train.
I burst into whatever room David's in, and I go, "David, train bandits!"
But it's just like one small car, and like there is some damage to the front, but it's like it's fine.
David, how do you react to me running into the room and yelling, "David, train bandits"?
I was just like, "What?
Finally,
you're kidding, right?"
No.
All right, where are they at?
I need to get a hat and some 6-shooters real quick. Let's do this.
You two are way too excited for this.
And then we look at Josh, and Josh just like secretly eyeing his scythe.
No, I stand up and I roll the scythe around my fist, or roll the scythe around the back of my hand real quick.
I am even more excited.
Yeah, punch his shoulder. I'm like, attaboy. There you go.
Yeah.
Like, do you see that? He has a scythe.
I look, I'm like, Josh, why did you build a scythe?
And Connor walks into the room and like cocks his gun, and it's like, all right, boys, train bandits.
Yeah, I've heard. Okay, so is no one gonna actually think this through? Like, this is one of the most tropiest tropes.
And he just like opens up the hatch up top, and he just like pulls himself up on top of the train.
And I'm like, and we're gonna go stop train bandits.
I just jump on Granola, and we zoom out the closest door.
Granola?
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna run alongside the train on Granola.
Okay, you know what? Let's get some rolls. Let's get a roll from each person, like we did in the second session or whatever it was.
Yeah, how many successes we get will determine how well the fight goes.
Yeah, I think you need 4 successes. for an all-out victory, and
Right.
0 successes means the train gets taken over.
Wait, you mean total?
Yeah. So each person will have their own role that they do,
Right.
and if everybody succeeds, you guys
okay.
take them out with no problem. And if everybody fails, the train gets taken over by these bandits.
Okay. How many
They don't
successes?
happen.
Or what's the difficulty for?
I think it's going to be a 5.
We got fate points we've been saving up all session. Let's do this.
We have fate points we've been spending all session.
Well,
They're
Jared.
remaining. You only have one left.
Are we able
Oh,
to,
yeah, you're right.
are we allowed to use stunts on this if they qualify?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Are they
I
going
mean,
to
it sounds like
roll
it's going to be an
attack?
overcome roll, though, right?
True. Yeah, this is an overcome roll, so not
okay.
attack or event.
Let's see.
I mean, it sounds like Jared's going first.
I
Jumping out the.
I don't know if I want to.
And
No.
just to let you guys know, the song that's playing for like this montage sequence is definitely "We're All Made of Stars" by Hidden Citizens, like the epic trailer version.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Are we able to assist each other with these rolls? Or-
No, you're all making your own roll.
Okay.
Oof,
And
not stunts. This is going to
no
be pretty
stunts.
I laugh in the face of danger.
So are we? Is it a race
turns out really
to
well for
either
him.
4 successes or 4 failures, or
We don't talk about
Well,
it.
you guys are all just going to roll, and depending on whether guys you succeed or fail. So whatever roll you guys want to do. So, David rolled
Nice
a
roll on that roll.
-4.
that is the
So you
worst
got a
you could
0.
possibly roll?
Oh, no.
I mean,
David, you got a 0.
obviously, I'm going to fate point that.
On what?
There we go.
There you go. 7 months.
The-
Much better.
Much
The gun on the
on
wall.
what was that?
The gun on the wall.
Okay, yeah.
Man, what swinging rolls there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's half of the successes we need. So pretty sure you guys can do it.
I guess I'll go next. If I bring Lynn with me, can I have a +1?
But Lynn is definitely with
Well, you have to ask for the +1 before you just bring
Get
Lynn
the
with
butt.
you. No? Okay.
Yes.
Wait,
Yes, you have to do
Oh yeah, but yeah, it doesn't matter with this one.
Oh, I get it, Josh.
Aw.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. I didn't.
Dang.
Okay, I get it now, Josh. That was a good. job.
I tried so hard.
It's all good.
I
That was
am
our fault, not
going
yours.
to use all aboard.
That was good.
You can't, Jared. It's already gone. The free invoke on all aboard is already gone.
Yeah, who used?
You did, bro.
You spent it with Lynn before.
Use it to reroll.
I want to succeed, but at a cost to myself.
No.
He can do that with an overcome. Yeah.
Oh, he can.
Yeah, you can
But he
succeed at
didn't
major
die.
cost.
Oh,
Major
he didn't
cost?
tie, but he can do it at major cost.
Oh,
A minor
okay.
cost automatically on a tie, but you can choose to just with overcome though, right? You can choose to succeed at a major cost.
Does Lynn fall off the train?
I take that back. I'd just go fail. I didn't know
Yeah,
it was a
okay.
major cost.
All right, yeah. So Jared fails.
So I think I'm probably like getting up on top as well, like, and the whole time I'm just grumbling, like, is this really what the, like, there's pirates, there's bandits, and there's a spaceship before, and a chocolate factory, and I don't know what's happening.
Would you rather it was all just sand?
You say that, David, as you like take a shot, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know. And then I just like take aim. I'm just basically going to be doing what I did before and roll notice. And so instead of like, I'm not focusing so much as actually shooting as so much as like pointing out things to David
Yeah.
and just generally being helpful and in a support role.
Yeah.
So let me do that. So notice. And what did you say the difficulty was for these?
5.
5, okay. Let's see how this goes. All right, I got a
Oof.
2. So the only way I can actually succeed is if I spend
Fate point to reroll.
re-roll.
Yeah.
You got a -1. So there's a decent chance we'll get better than that.
Yeah, I know,
But
exactly.
still,
Well, I'll try it anyway. Might as well.
yeah, you might as well. Session's near
Yeah. Trying to figure out
If the
what to
train
spend
gets
it on.
taken over, the session's going to take a lot longer than it would have otherwise. Or not the session, this part.
Yeah. I'll just do rebuilding the world takes many hands, right? I'm just, support role, generally just helping out.
That makes sense.
All right, re-roll. Please do better. Well, I did better.
You did do better, yeah.
You should have used your wish more carefully.
I should have wished more carefully. Yeah, I guess I fail because I don't really
Josh.
think I have any other options here. Yeah,
Up to you.
It's impossible.
That's a fair
for you to
number of
fail.
failures there.
It's
You
still
got
grumbling.
2 points and a free invoke. You good?
So I was gonna try like hitting things with my scythe, but seeing as we need a little more work to make sure we don't fail, I might think about like barricading windows and using craft to shore up the defenses of the train.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna do that.
So you like get up there and you see that the battle's not going too hot, and you look at your scythe like longingly, and you're like, I have a better job to do.
I like the idea that Jared's just waiting for people to come close so he can punch them, but they're just not. One guy gets close, he just decks him off of a bike, and then no one else gets closer until they just.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, that's disappointing.
Oh no!
It's a
Good too.
I rolled a 2, which does the number with my -4.
Oof.
Want to re-roll necessarily, so
You have
I'm
a quality components to spend.
yeah, that's right. We did have that, didn't we? It's really hard to read in that particular color against the yellow background when it's really small on my second monitor vertical next to my main screen. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I will spend 1 free invoke on quality components, and then I am going to spend 1 fate point on determination will rise from the ashes.
Very cool. Very cool.
And what you're not breaching this train.
I think we're still 1 short, right?
Nope. He should be good with those then.
So that puts me at a +6.
Yeah, which is only 1 over, and we need 4, and I have 2, right?
Oh
So
no! So not over. You're not trying to get over any. So now it's a mixed success. So you guys got 2 successes and 2 failures.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
2 of you succeeded, 2 of you failed.
Misunderstanding. Okay.
So I think the train takes some damage, but the bandits get repelled.
They jump down the cliff with a wire and they bounce and they go. They repel.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they're
anyways.
just doing some bungee jumping, David. Yeah, absolutely. It's like that scene in Into the Spider-Verse with Miles attached to Peter. Is they're like on the train with the with
and
the web.
he somehow
It's
doesn't
like that.
hit like 12 cars.
Yeah. No, definitely not. So I think you guys
we could attach somebody to the back of the train.
No,
Oh.
you could, but you're not going to.
Dang it.
Not yet.
Yeah, but so you guys repel them, and I think Jared, you feel lacking, and so do you, Caleb. You just both feel off your game.
I mean, it's not even so much that. I was just like frustrated that this is even happening. I'm just like, what is the world that I live in now?
And I think Lynn mocks you, Jared, and it's just or not mocks you. It's just like irritated at you, like what, like bro, I took out like 12. What's wrong with you?
Where's her roll?
She did really well.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, she was unstoppable. Didn't even break a sweat.
I don't know. I won our fight, so I guess it's just an off day today.
She said, "I won the fight. I walked away. You barely even landed a punch.
Your punches didn't hurt.
You're still bruised.
Bruises don't hurt. I have a gunshot."
And I think we just kind of like cut away from that to other people. And Mr. Lang is like, "Oh, I didn't know they were a couple."
Also, Caleb, I like how the world got nuked, but this is the reason you're upset with the world now.
Well, so I think you hear me continue to grumble, and I just basically say, I feel like a year ago, like everything was a lot more gritty and dark, and suddenly there's just been a tone shift in this new season, fall.
And I think we like kind of rewind it and then go back, and you say something like super in canon and normal, like not breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, it's a blooper. Someone's like, and cut.
Yep.
The director, Connor, as the director, yells back and say, "Hey, like, don't diss my storytelling."
Yep. So I think we cut back down where you guys are back down on the train, and Sadie and well, I guess you guys are probably like parked, pulled over, whatever, and like assessing the damage. And
I like the idea that the next shot is just eating in the mess hall again, but there's just a giant hole in the car side of the car this time.
Yeah, and a couple of guys like walk in with like some tools on like a cart, and they start like patching it up slowly, and like this scene like takes like a really long time to be over.
There's one of those little round robots that clean up the floors just running around.
And then like the scene goes on for a long time, and then I just look at Jared. It's like the scene from the end of Avengers, like the extra scene where it's like they're eating shawarma or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then at the very end of it, I just look at Jared and I just say, "Train bandits, huh?"
Something falls off the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
The Roomba goes to fall out the hole. It goes. Josh
Right,
reaches out, sticks his toe in the way.
Little Roomba's
before
about to go out. Yeah.
Right before it falls off the train.
Okay, so then I think we just cut to the next day, and Caleb, I think you probably are looking, or just looking around, and you see Connor kind of talking with Sadie, and he's kind of wrapping stuff up, and then kind of turns back to you, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing?"
You're finally awake.
You were dreaming. Yeah, I think I just say, you just said like, "How are you doing?" sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just shrug. I mean, not bad, I guess. Just tired.
Yeah.
Want to get off this train.
I think we're gonna move a couple of days forward. Just box bigger.
Did you see the sun set 3 times?
So you guys
Am
have moved past the city here.
Did the lights just flicker? What?
Yeah.
So what did you say? Sorry. I was thinking things through.
I already said, I'm just tired. I want to get off this train.
He says, "Oh, you're not enjoying it? I love just driving through the night. We're getting so much farther than we used to."
I guess. I don't know. It just feels like I have less control now. Not that like I was driving anyway, but
He smiles and it's like, "Yeah, but Sadie's nice. She's been taking good control." Don't you think?
yeah. No, she's fine. I guess it's just that I miss forests, being on my feet. I spent a lot of years just being on my feet. Sitting down too much freaks me out.
And I think there's just like this awkward moment, and then he's just kind of like, "Well, I just wanted you to know, like, I'm not like mad at you or anything about everything that happened with David before, and I mean, you kind of stormed off last time we talked, and just wanted to make sure I still love you, even though I mean, I thought what you did was wrong. I'm not going to hide that. I just wanted you to know you were." And he just kind of fumbling through, and he's just like, "I just want you to know you're still my brother." He kind of puts like a hand on your shoulder.
Yeah. And I nod. I say, yeah, I know. And no, you're right. Like, what I did was wrong. I know that. And
He's like, oh, good.
yeah, no, I was wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just this awkward moment. It's just awkward bro moment.
And I feel like it was like maybe Connor could sense that I wanted to say something else, and I just decided against it.
And he doesn't. He's just like,
Yeah.
you know, if you ever want to talk about anything, I'm still here. I know I've been gone, and I know that hurt you, but I'm here now. You know.
I'm really worried about David. Like, I think we all were, but I just. And if it's okay with you, David and Connor, I think I maybe overheard the conversation that he had with Liz the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Just because, like, there's a couple things that you said that like really would have rubbed my character the wrong way. And so like, I think I overheard that conversation. I'm just like, I feel like he doesn't have a standard. He doesn't have a foundation for why he's doing what he's doing. It's just kind of instinct for him at this point.
Yeah. If things ever get if things ever require too much finesse, we're gonna have to keep an eye on him.
It's not even that. It's not even the situations we find ourselves in. It's not that he'll get into trouble. It's that I think he's changed. And not for the better. And I mean, maybe none of us have since this all started, but I don't know. I just seem to remember a different person, different people, all of us. When all of this wasn't even a thing on the horizon at all, we all just seemed like different people. And maybe it's just total naivete on my end and just I'm the hero of my own story and this is the way I'm thinking about it, but it feels like they've changed and I haven't, even though I know I have. It feels like the road that I walked was always the road I should have walked. But everyone else just keeps going somewhere else. Even you.
And I think we kind of cut from there real quick.
Yeah.
And we jump over to you, Jared. And I think you kind of see Lynn, and she looks at you, and he's like, she runs over to you, and she's like, "Hey, I'm so glad you told me to ask because." And she kind of tears up and like lights went away, and she's like, "She was kidnapped, and she's got scars all up her arms, and I was so mad at her." And she went through so much, and she had no way to tell me. And then the apocalypse happened, and now 11 years hating her.
I just hug her.
And
I'm not good with words.
And my voice, I think the voiceover continues almost like still over that scene, right? And I say,
yeah.
And maybe it's wrong of me to even think of holding a grudge for that. Maybe it's wrong of me to look at where each of us have gone and wish that I could have steered their destinies.
I think we cut to like different people as you're saying this.
Yeah.
Is like the same Wise Gamgee speech.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I can only really choose what I do. but I think I've realized something, at least.
We see Emily like close an envelope and like walk away with it. Keep going.
Yeah. Out of all of this, there's one thing, I think, that I figured out. And that it's I don't want to give up on them. Any of them. And I don't want to stop searching, answering, and asking questions, finding answers. Because
We
maybe
see-
some... Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. We see Ryan and Alyssa arguing about something, and we see like a broken device. Go ahead.
Oh, crap.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
This scene is amazing.
I know. I just trying to remember where I was going with that. What did I just say?
You're saying
I'm still spending answering question.
Yeah, answering questions.
Finding answers to questions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because maybe somewhere down the road I'm wrong about something, and one of the steps that I took was wrong. Like what happened the last, a few weeks ago. And I know I don't have all the answers. But I guess...
And we see Becky like sitting somewhere, like looking at the scars on her arms.
Yeah. But I guess I wouldn't, at the end of it all, have it any other way. Even though we're all different and we took different paths, we spent years apart. We're still here. We're all here.
We cut back to you, as you say. We're still here.
Yeah. Together. And we're doing something good. And maybe we don't all agree on what that means. Not yet. But I'm holding on hope for the day that we will. Maybe at the end of this all. Or maybe at the end of all of this. Maybe through all of the twists and turns, through all of the different chapters, we'll all end up on the same page at the end.
He smiles and he's like, "Good speech," and laughs.
Yeah, and I chuckle and I'm like, when you spend a lot of time in the wilderness, you kind of make those up in your head, and you don't really have anyone to say it to.
he just laughs. He just enjoying the moment.
Yeah, and then I look you in the eyes and I look Connor in the eyes and I say, I'm glad you're back.
As soon as you say that, Matthew mutters something behind you. He says, "Do you want your kids to die?"
And I immediately turn.
And Connor's like, "What?"
And I hold up a finger and I say, I try to make a guess. Can I make an empathy roll to try to guess if John had kids? Like specifically, that's what I want to know.
That's like not how the roll you want to make, but go ahead and do it.
Okay, basically, I guess
if you succeed, I'll tell you what.
Mainly, I want to know what to do in this situation, like how to respond. Yeah. Because my first inclination was just to whether or not John had kids to respond as John would, sort of a thing.
What did I say the difficulty was last time?
I don't know.
I'll make this a 5.
Okay. All right. 6.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, boy.
He is not himself in this one.
Oh, he took on a different persona.
He sounds, and because you succeeded, I'll let you after a couple more sentences, you pick up that he's John.
Okay. And what did he say again?
And he says it a couple of times. He says,
"Yeah.
Do you want your kids to die?" And you can tell he's John because he's making a voice.
Yeah. Yeah, and now I fall into the role of Matthew then, right? And I step over and I say, "Of course not. I love them more than anything."
Then tell me where the nukes are.
What are you going to do if I tell you?
And then I think he stops listening to you and he changes voices.
Mhm.
And he sounds like a girl. And he
Wait, does
says,
he sound like he's imitating a girl?
he sounds like he's imitating a girl. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, no. He sounds like
Literally
he's imitating a girl.
being
No shape-shifting, you guys.
possessed. Yeah.
And he just
we
says,
started listening to Charlie's Chocolate Factory, and now we're ready for
Exactly.
anything.
Like exactly. That
Yeah.
first session, when the end of the session was a little kid in a top hat walked in, I was like, all
Yeah.
right, anything is on the table.
Yep. He says, I've already told you where we don't know where the nukes are yet. We're following them, but it's only giving us a direction. I think you're lying. I'm not. Don't hurt my kids, please. They're all I have. I think the phone is. I can't. Are you? I don't know. I think the phone is breaking. What's? If you don't call back tomorrow. Or I think he says, if you don't call back next week at the scheduled time, I'll be forced to intervene. No, please, I'll try to get it fixed, but I might need help. I might need to ask my husband. Alyssa, your kids will start dying if you don't.
I'm already running away from this scene, and I say, Connor, don't let him leave, and I run directly to where Alyssa is.
The train start braking really hard.
Mhm.
And Caleb, you're kind of like thrown to the floor.
Can I
And
make an athletics
everybody
check?
feels this.
Can I make an athletics check
Oh,
to
yeah,
keep my
sure.
feet and keep moving? I
go
just
ahead.
used my
Difficulty
skill point on
6.
athletics.
Difficulty 6 for sure.
Oh, dang. Okay. Oh, it's
I'll
still
be difficulty
possible.
5. Difficulty
Okay,
5.
perfect. In the realms of possibility.
Okay,
Wait.
you biff it to the ground.
Yeah.
And what comes next is some of the wheels shatter.
That doesn't sound good.
And you guys feel it, and you guys hear the cracking and the breaking, and everything just is kind of like shuffling everywhere, and you guys are hitting the floor, and you guys come to a very sharp stop. And you don't get the couple of warning choo-choos. And
Say that again. I didn't quite hear you.
you don't get the warning
They don't blast the
choo-choos,
warning thing.
Oh.
they don't do that.
I didn't realize what word you said there because I was just like, he
Yeah.
said some shit.
And what do you guys do?
I'm literally like beelining for wherever Alyssa is. Do not stop for anything.
Okay. Jared, Josh, David, what are you guys doing?
Real quick, I feel like I'm more on. Who is Alyssa?
No, you're fine. She's so her and
One of
Alyssa
Connor's people.
are
Okay.
part of sorry, not her and Alyssa. Ryan and Alyssa are 2 of Connor's crew members that were introduced and were kind of like hinted at certain like plot points, but never really like you guys never really
There's
talked
more
to them.
NPCs we neglect.
But they're
Yes.
also
This-
Patreon
this was-
people who got
yeah,
voted
these are
for, so.
Patreon people,
Okay.
and so they sent in stuff about their characters.
Right.
We need
Okay.
to talk to more NPCs.
Yeah,
I talked
no, for real. So I had this set from like day one. What was happening with those 2, and
Oh, boy.
nobody ever talks to them. And I was like, all right, fine, they're never gonna find out.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember that name. I feel like I must have missed that introduction.
Episode
4?
3 or 4.
4 was
Four.
the
Four.
yeah.
I've seen them around.
Yeah.
I'm
They've
gonna
been
be
here.
honest, they felt like set pieces. They just, their reactions were kind of adding to the pile of everyone else's reactions to things. And I never really thought to talk to them. And now I don't really feel bad because like I made the decisions that I made, but I see the missed opportunity for sure.
Yep.
The only time I was even beginning to be like, well, maybe there's something going on with them was this session when you kept cutting to them and like having a scene with them. So,
yep. And there were a couple more, but you guys didn't.
Yeah.
There were like moments of like, she's like sad. She seems like distraught. But you guys never said I should go talk to her. And I was just like, okay.
Because look, this is the thing. So me as a person now is very good friends with Alyssa, but like I don't know, like we wouldn't have met in this version.
Right.
So
no, okay. So David, Josh, Jared, what are you guys doing?
I mean, I think Josh is going to throw on his improvised armor that I still have on my sheet and grab his scythe and be like ready for anything.
Okay.
I'll make his way to one of the kind of once the train is stopped completely, make his way to the coupling between the cars and try to climb up to the roof, see what's going on.
Okay, yeah. Jared?
Yeah, I just ran outside ready for a fight.
So you're like, you guys aren't like near the front of the train. So you guys just like exit the sides? Or
I think what Josh was saying is like go on the roof.
Yeah, I would go up the ladder at the end of the car and try to get up, try to at least get some kind of raised vantage point.
I'm going to just look out the window, see if I can see either direction, which, if I see what's going on.
And then, Jared, are you going to the top of the roof then? Is that what you said? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think all you guys kind of see it at the same time. There's a small army on the railroad tracks.
Fun.
With 2 tanks.
Oh.
And the train, the front wheels have been shattered because they braked way too fast.
Yeah.
They just fell apart, which I looked up, and that's what can happen to train wheels. So that's what we're doing.
Wow,
and you guys took some damage.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yep. And you guys, the train is just barely like the front of the train, I think the front train car is just barely past a bridge over this big river. And
so we're on a bridge, like the rest of the cars are on the bridge.
Some of them are. The train is long enough so that, and the bridge is not quite
Isn't that
so
big?
long.
Okay.
So there's some of the train cars that are still.
So basically, some of the front cars, but not the very front car, are on the.
Not
bridge.
the very front car. Yeah.
Yeah. So the very front car is just off the bridge, and then
Yeah.
the next several are okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm still running to wherever Alyssa is.
Yeah. So, Caleb, roll I don't know, probably a notice check to figure out if you can figure out where Alyssa is.
Can I roll an empathy check to just have paid attention to the people?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
Difficulty 4.
Right. Oh no! Minus
My
4 on
goodness,
the roll.
Caleb.
I got a minus
You
1.
guys, you and David both got minus 1.
Oh, no! I'm
Been
good at
absolutely
this.
Garbage today.
Why?
So that's it then. So you have no idea where Alyssa is.
And I have no fate points. So
Yep,
yeah.
and you have no fate points. So okay, so do you guys like convene to try to figure out what you guys want to do?
I mean, Josh and I are on the roof.
Hang on
Right.
a minute.
I'm going to go get my rocket launcher.
Hang
Hey,
on a minute.
wait. 1 second. 1 second.
Hang on
Okay.
a minute.
All right.
Connor, I have a
Hang on a
situational
minute.
aspect on my character sheet called "What Can One Man Do?" Where did that come from? I have an
Matthew,
invoke on it.
I think, isn't it?
Oh, maybe.
It's an aspect
Yeah.
for somebody else.
I think it's Matthews, right?
I'm just trying to figure out if I can possibly use.
No,
this.
it was Stedman, Miles Stedman, the
You're right,
pilot.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he's not
Yep.
here right now.
I should just get rid of that then.
No, you should keep it. He's still a
coming
character
back.
that exists.
He's
Oh,
coming
fair.
back,
Okay.
Caleb.
Right. On an airplane.
Well,
I say-
because he's with Adam.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
I mean,
I'll make it- I'll
will
make
you
it.
ever use it? Maybe not, but
I'll make a note that that's who he is, though, and like what it's based on. Sorry, what you were saying, something, Josh?
Yeah. Can I offer Caleb a fate point?
Yes.
I want to compel Caleb to completely ignore anything and everything that's going to happen on this train, whatever's going on with Alyssa is more important to him than even the rest of the party's life in this moment.
Okay.
I want to compel relentlessly.
That's kind of what I was doing anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I recognize that.
Yep.
And I don't feel like it's going to change a whole lot, but I'm going to offer you a fate point to make that a thing. You can't not now. You must.
Thank you, Josh.
Okay. Yep. Well,
Okay.
Caleb, you still fail though. You can't use that fate point right away because you fail the roll and then he compels you.
Are you sure?
Oh, positive, 100%.
Okay.
So that's your turn, right? You can't remember where she was, or actually better, yeah, you thought you remember where she was, but she's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So, and I think, I think it's fine because you failed. So, for the rest of you three, do you guys try to like find each other and convene? What do you?
How many are there?
30.
Can we make a notice roll to see if we notice anything specific about them? Like where they might be from. You know what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Would that be notice?
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
3. He's kind of far away.
You wanna help me, Josh?
With notice?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I can. Let me check. Well, no, +2 can help, yeah.
Yeah.
So sure, I'll help with a notice. Because that's what I was doing on top of the train.
I should have had you roll. My rolls are garbage.
Well, my roll was going to be lower, so that's a 2.
Oh my goodness. So you got a 1, so you fail. So you have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I know. Jared knows, but Jared doesn't know.
Jared knows, but Jared doesn't. So you guys are just on top of the train and you look. What do you do after that?
So there's only 30, but they have 2 tanks.
Only
About 30.
Oh. If you had said more, my plan would have been so different. But I think we can take 30.
Okay. So full disclosure in terms of like game narration, this will probably be the hardest fight that we've ever done in an RPG. But
they all have iron
because you guys are all so powerful and niched, I think it's possible for you guys to succeed. But the game does not have to have you succeed here. This is that video game where you feel like your choices don't matter, and then you think you lose the game, and you're like, "Oh, the game's still going. I don't understand."
This is a boss fight you're meant to lose. Is what you're telling me. This is in the beginning of Dark Souls, and you're like, "Man, this guy's a lot of health," and he kills you. Like, oh, that's why he had so much health.
It is kind of like that. Not quite, but it is kind of. You can win. Yeah. Yes. That's what's happening here.
Okay, that's good to know. I would like to try and find the captain if possible.
So. Yeah, okay. I was hoping somebody would be like, well, let's go convene with the captain. Instead, y'all were like, let's just sit on top of the roof and look at it for a while.
Unfortunately for y'all, I was just compelled to ignore this combat entirely.
Yep. So, yeah, you go find the captain. And the captain is talking with like Wilbur and Bart and some of the other people. And she's just like, we have to parlay.
I think the British Navy found you.
You really pulling the Pirates of the Caribbean. We have to parlay.
she spins on you and she's like, this is not the time.
I have my rocket launcher and I'm like, are you sure?
And she's like, okay, this is the time, but we need to talk with them first. And she's like, we are standing over a bridge right now. If they shoot that tank and this bridge goes down, and she just has no words.
How far down is it?
We would die.
Hundreds of feet.
Oh. I mean, there's water at the bottom, right?
Very die, David. Train and bridge makes us dead.
Let's be real. We're fate characters. We wouldn't die, but all the NPCs would die.
This is fiction. Water is you can fall into water from any height and be totally fine. So fine. Unless there's no water, in which case that's the problem.
I mean, as long as you have stuff falling into the water first and breaking the surface tension, we're fine.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
then you're falling
but
out of the stuff.
To be fair, actually, you haven't seen the water. You haven't gotten out to look, so technically you don't know how deep it is or like how far it is of a drop.
Okay. I mean, I did look out the window, but I guess I looked left and right, not down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So Sadie is like, I'll go out alone, and she just like turns to like literally walk out alone.
Too bad you don't have your resident rapport person there.
She's gonna die. She's dead, and I'm not gonna be able to get that hat.
So if
Not all you've been thinking about all
taking
session.
a hat
Yeah,
from
this whole
everyone.
session, he's like, I'm taking her hat.
like, yeah, so this wasn't actually the boss. It's just she was at the boss fight, and it was a hat. So I figured,
That's why he wasn't trying so hard during the train bandits fight. He was hoping that the train would get taken over and he'd get the hat.
Oh boy.
You've discovered everything about me.
So okay, if our car was on the ground, but the rest of the car is on the train, then the front car is also on the ground, right? Like,
What do you mean?
like there are parts of this train that aren't on the bridge, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess I'll look at the captain and be like, we'll just get everyone into the front cars. We'll disconnect them from the back cars. If things go wrong, at least no one will fall to their deaths.
And she's like, we don't have time for that. And
that's what you're for.
like,
Yeah, you're going to buy some time.
Well, yeah, and you notice that like there's somebody like calling out for like come out with your hands up.
Yeah, and then I nodded. I'm like, I'll go find Caleb. He's good at this sort of thing.
Not right now. He is.
So you go do that. So she's just gonna walk out then.
Yeah, I figure she'll buy me enough time to get Caleb, and then meanwhile somebody else can get all the people to these front cars.
Okay.
Wait,
Jared,
is the train long enough that the back end of the train is also on solid ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a lot of it.
Should move them to the
not
back
going-
cars, not the front cars.
Yes, we need to get them off the train and ideally not into the tanks.
Yeah, I assumed that the bridge was too long for the back
Can't we
train to be on
just
solid.
leave through the caboose and then have like an entire chasm between us and the army?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but
an idea.
then we're stuck on the other side of the.
I mean, we could just leave.
Yeah, but
And
then
not
we
have to
need
deal with them.
we have to go this direction, right? And also they have tanks. They're going to be faster than us on foot.
I mean, they can't go across the bridge. There's a train in the way,
Well, no, but there's probably other bridges.
I guess.
I don't know how thirsty they are. Yeah, I mean, we definitely need to get as many people off the back of the train as possible. So, I mean, whoever else was in the room, I am like, go get everybody off the back of the train. I'll go find Caleb. He can go out in the front of the train and try and talk this through, and we'll see how this goes.
Okay, so Jared and Josh, what are you guys doing?
I want to fight, but I also don't want to die. Josh,
Yeah, that's a lot of responsibility to put on me.
I trust your brain.
That's less fight. We're facing down tanks, so the possibility of us just defeating them outright is very, very low unless we do something drastic. We don't have a whole lot of time, but doing drastic things in a short amount of time is what I'm pretty good at. 30 dudes seems within the realm of what's possible given David's skill set and your shields. It's going to be hard without
Probably buy you
Caleb.
time to do your wizardry and save the day.
The question that we are facing is, do we take this fight or do we try and flee?
And,
There were
you
orphans on this train.
you both notice that like Sadie is walking up to the people and like walking up to one man in particular who looks huge, who's like Dalinar size, standing above the rest, and she walks up to him and starts talking.
I don't.
But
like
obviously,
this.
you can't hear what they're saying.
Regular Dalinar sized or Dalinar and shard plate sized?
Dalinar and shard plate
Okay,
size.
that's what I thought you meant.
I
Yeah.
don't like this.
I don't either.
That's not possible. What? They irradiated?
How many rounds
he's
do you
not
have for your
inhumanly
RPG, David?
large. He just
Okay,
seems inhumanly
okay.
large.
I see.
David, how many
He's-
rounds do you have for your RPG?
2.
He's not with you guys right now.
Oh, he's not with us. Okay.
He
No,
he
so
made his
Jared?
way up front and now is making his way back.
Okay. What kinds of cargo do we have? And what would be the difficulty of crafting a shaped charge warhead? Some kind of shaped charge explosives.
Probably a 6 difficulty. But
Okay.
it'd probably be possible. There's enough people who have stored their stuff here that
We have
should be
rocket
possible.
scientists. We have rocket scientists. Ooh, rocket scientists, no propellant. Propellant is basically just explosives, but directed in a specific way.
Yeah, if you can find Helen and Clarence, you can use them as +1s.
Yeah, okay.
So is that what you
Multiple
start
+1s
doing
be a
then? You-
+2?
Is that all they are to you? +1s.
Yeah, you can use both of them.
Yeah, okay.
You want to go try and find them? Do a notice check to try to figure out where they are.
Sure. Yeah, because I want to take this fight that we might not be able to win. Sounds like fun.
I was thinking you guys would be like, let's do it.
This is ironically the first time I'm considering not.
Okay. Where is notice? There it is. What's the difficulty?
Probably a 4.
To find them?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, it's a panic
It's
train right
chaos,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
chaos.
It's probably more about speed than finding them at all, right?
Ooh,
Well,
If you hadn't
and you
given
just
away
gave
your
your
fate
last fate
point.
point. Yep.
Yeah,
and
we just need to compel
we
him.
spent the. Did we spend the free invoke on all aboard?
Yes.
You convinced me to spend it.
I did. Cool. I have free invoke on Disparate Visions, but I don't remember what Disparate Visions was about, or if it's still around.
It is an aspect, but you had a negative invoke on it. You don't
Yeah.
have any free invokes
Oh,
on
okay.
it.
That was a negative invoke. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't have tools then. All of my tools are gone for this.
So you look for them and you can't find them. And there's chaos on the train. Jared, what do you do?
Hmm. Does Lynn come up at all? I feel like
What do
she'd
you
want to
mean?
be part of the action.
Oh yeah. I think you probably look around and you see her making her way towards the front of the train. Actually, no, you see her jogging on the side of the train. Like she just got out and she's just like jogging to the front or sprinting to the front.
I'm just
Like
get up here.
she like stops and turns and she's like, "What are you doing? Sadie's out there talking with him right now."
Can you take a tank shell?
And she's like, "What do you mean? There are people on this train. What else are we supposed to do?"
Not anger the people with tanks until we get all the kids off the train.
We might not have time for that. What if they just blow it? We have to figure out what's going on.
We are from up here. We don't want to expose our hand too quick.
And she like looks up and she's like, "What if they kill her?"
We'll get to the front. Just let's not be seen. I'll take care of her not getting hit.
Okay, so she just like comes up with you then, and she's like, "Are we making our way to the front then?"
Yeah, we try to stay behind like where like the chimney thing is, and like use the smoke that comes out of it as cover. You know.
So you're walking on the top of the train then? Is that what you're saying? Oh,
Like,
sure.
we're
Yeah, go
using,
ahead and
like,
roll stealth.
the smoke and the like the front chimney thing is cover.
Go ahead and roll stealth. Difficulty 2.
Okay.
Their attention somewhere else, and you got smoke.
Boys, am I gonna succeed a roll today?
Oh no, definitely not. It's a 2, man. There's no way. Oh, you do it. No way.
Good job on the reverse psychology, Connor.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you sneak up to the front then. So are you just going to listen in to what's going on then?
And I whisper to her, I'm like, don't tell anyone, but toss me on my cue.
Yeah, so she prepares.
Don't
to
tell
toss you
Caleb.
on your cue. So
How much of that exchange was I able to hear prior to them leaving? Like you were near me, right,
all
Jared?
of it, right? You guys were
I
together.
think this was after you already went inside, but
Okay.
if you want to have waited, that's fine with me.
Because her comment gave me an idea, but I didn't want to run. I don't want to run with it if I couldn't actually hear it in character.
I mean,
we have to counter the timing.
after you did that, if you wanted to follow them up front, because like you couldn't figure out where they were, and then you saw them going, you could say that.
Okay. Am I able to do another action at some? Did you have more you needed to do before it comes back around? Or are we not in turn order really?
Jared or
You, Connor.
Oh, me. So David also did something, but David, right? You rolled for something, David?
Didn't
Maybe
make
you
a
did.
roll. No, I just went and told them to get people out of the back of the train and for her to buy us time. I went to find Caleb. That was all I did.
So I feel like that should be a roll then. Probably rapport to try to get people to like get people into the back. And
Well,
it's chaos, so
I was telling whoever she was talking to do that. I was going to go look for Caleb.
oh, okay. So go ahead and do notice then.
If I just go really fast, can I roll athletics instead?
What? You're gonna?
No, because you don't know where he is.
Well, yeah, but it's on a train. There's only one
It is a
direction he can
train.
be.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, go ahead.
That's fair.
that's
That's
like-
entirely fair. Go one direction, and if you move fast enough,
Yeah.
eventually you'll find me.
So I think difficulty 4.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yo,
Well, we are not doing well.
no, this is awful.
We've ran out of all of it.
So yeah, you can't figure out where he is. And so yeah, Josh, go ahead and tell me what your idea is.
I wanted to, from my vantage point, I wanted to look at the bridge we're on. I want to see if there's if this group decided to. Are there bombs on the bridge? Is what I'm interested in, and yeah, I want to search the bridge for explosives, at least stuff that's obvious. Did they rig it to below, or is this a more makeshift trap?
I think roll notice difficulty 5.
Notice, or can I roll investigate?
Yeah, you can roll investigate. Yeah, yeah. Actually, no, I don't think you can roll investigate because I don't think you have the time or the ability to like sneak down and look around without getting noticed. So I think it is just notice.
I don't know that there's a. I think there's there's a way I can make this roll, but I don't think I'll be able to.
Literally, the only like free invoke we have on the field right now is Connor's chosen family over blood.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to use that at any point in this, but
Yeah, I mean, I need to roll this. I'm going to roll it. It's
Connor, you should compel us a bunch.
not going to make the roll.
We need fate points.
Yep, I got a 0.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you have no
That was
idea.
a -2 + 2. Feels good.
So, Jared, are you trying to listen into the conversation up front? You and Lynn are?
Yeah.
So I think this is what we'll do. So you hear Sadie saying, "I don't know who that is. You'd have to give me some time to." No time. You don't have any time to look around or make any plans. Bring me Connor. Bring me anybody from his crew, the Hidden Talon. Let them know that John is here. And that if they don't come speak with him immediately.
What the heck? What the heck? That's not good.
I will kill every person on this train. And she just says, okay. And she like runs back, and I think she notices you, Jared, and she like runs back in and like whispers up to you, and he's just like, where's Connor? You're muted.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Like, can you put the train in reverse at all?
The wheels are shattered. There's nothing we can do.
Could you put the train in reverse?
Start
That's the way you said
evacuating
that.
everyone out the back.
But where's... And then Connor's like, here. I got this. Jared, you got my back?
Yep.
And he kind of looks around and he's like, are we all gonna...
Die?
Couldn't we all just go out there? I mean, sitting on this train is suicide. If we're going to fight them, we got to do this all together. Get everybody and get out front.
I feel like clumping together in a small, easily explodable group is a bad idea.
And he's like, staying on the bridge on the train is a better one? Here, we don't have time for this. Let's get out there.
They have tanks. We need to get everyone off the back of the train. There are kids on the train. Like, use your big boy brain right now, Connor. It's not the time to panic.
He gives you like a flat stare at that one, and he just walks out front. Anybody gonna do anything?
Can I make a roll to find Alyssa now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Oh, really? What am I making for that? Because I failed my empathy. Investigate, maybe? No, I'm horrible at that. Notice.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, perfect.
What was the difficulty last time? 5? Or is it 4?
What did I get last time?
You got a 2. Or empathy was... Oh, you got a -1. Yeah, okay. So let's say it's a 4. I think it was a 4.
Okay. All right,
Well,
so let's see. I got a 1. That's a -2 altogether for my roll. I will spend that fate point to re-roll because this is very important to me. So I'm going to spend it on relentless. Oh, goodness. Give me a second.
Relentless leader? More like relentless coughing. Oh, man.
A little bug in my throat. Just randomly came. Yeah, we're on relentless leader. And I'm going to re-roll that because I got a -2. So. Okay, well, I got a 3.
I don't think any of you have succeeded a single roll like this whole time.
No,
That-
not in
my
this whole
goodness.
sequence.
Is a really
Insane.
wow.
Yep.
Although this is a very panicked situation, so it makes sense
Yeah.
you can't find one person on a giant train.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's that. David, do you need to make another roll to find Caleb?
I mean,
Just all running past each other so quickly.
I kind of like the idea that I go to where I think he should be, and he's not there because he's been compelled to be somewhere else.
Okay.
Because I think that's cooler. Like, I didn't expect to find him because even if I did find him, he was going to say that he wasn't going to come out because he needed to find somebody.
Oh, sure. So you just
So,
want to come to the front?
I
then, or-
was expecting to fail that anyways. Yeah, one way or another. Yeah. I mean, are people going out the back? Has that been?
No,
Yeah.
not yet. Well,
Okay.
I don't know. You don't know. I don't know if you can't make it all the way to the back.
Well, I mean, like, as I've been moving through, people been moving back, or they're just standing around?
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, yeah.
That's the cars.
People are moving both ways.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to start yelling at people to get back, like to the back of out the back of the train.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm going to head back the direction I came, yelling that, and then telling them to make people in the further cars back do the same thing and telling them to hurry up because I don't know how much time they have.
So, David, make one more passive notice check. Difficulty 4.
Sure. 2.
Rocking these rolls, boys.
Okay.
Do you want me to make a provoke roll to get people moving, or somebody yelling at them? Or
yeah, you can if you want to. Yeah,
okay.
As you're like moving up front.
Hmm.
Difficulty 4.
Oh, David.
Oh,
man.
-2 to that.
Everyone runs to the front.
I don't think we've succeeded on a single roll.
I don't see any positives in anything that you guys have
entire
rolled.
sequence. Yeah.
I got a 7, but I had to reroll for it, I think, didn't I? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I can't remember.
You
Okay,
got like a 0 at first, and then you got a 7. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I got on my on that roll.
David, you kind of make it up front, and I'm assuming you just come up where like Jared is and Lynn is and Josh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys are like on top of like that front car, just like hiding behind the smoke, and you guys kind of hear this like the conversation between Connor and John. And Connor walks out, and he's just like, "I'm here, John. Been a long time, hasn't it?" And John says, "I've been looking for you all over. You're like a little cockroach. Just can't seem to kill you." And he like lifts a gun and points it at Connor's head, and he's like, "And now you're right here. Where's Matthew?" And Connor raises his eyebrow, and he's like, "Matthew? Who's that?" And John fires a shot into the ground, and he's like, "I'll give you one last chance, Connor. You want to play dumb with me? I've been a spy in your camp from the very beginning."
Jared, are you near him right now so you can block the shot that's obviously going to kill Connor?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Perfect.
Whether or not he's going to allow me to is another story.
Well, just so Connor remembers, I'm just going to bring up the flashback of Mistborn Part 2. I also want to point out that even though we are on a train, you do not have to railroad any of this.
Yeah. Can I go ahead and just make a an advantage or whatever for being prepared to block?
No, and for reasons I'll explain in a second. Okay. So, well, also because you guys have been making other rolls, but one more second, okay. and it'll be clear. John says, "You've been a great leader, Connor. You've had many people follow you in your time. Many people that have been driven to their death. You've tried to save lives, and because of it, people die. The people that are closest to you." And you see like Connor's hand like shaking in anger. And he says, "So I could kill you right here, right now. But," and somebody like comes up behind John and like whispers something to him. And then he like lowers his gun and he puts it in his holster and he says, "It'll be so much more satisfying watching you mourn all of your friends' deaths." And then the train explodes. And we will come back next session.
I think we were on top.
They could have showed me that was going to happen. Why?
As soon as you said I want to look for explosives, I was like, "Oh, that'd be perfect. He's gonna find it." And nope.
Yep. GG boys. It's nice playing with y'all. It'll be great to play the last session of Orphans next week.
That's the twist of the series. It's called Orphans because now we're going to play all orphaned kids in the next.
Yep. I'll play Annabelle or whatever her name was. Yeah. Back in Nebraska.
All right. Well, let's do our post-apocalyptic and wrap up our
sounds good.
Through the year.
This whole session has been a gut punch, so we're all just reeling from it.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
We'll be back next week. And then we'll be taking a hiatus after the next session for, I think, whole month of June.
Whole month of June. Yep, we'll come back July. Yep.
There's a possibility we'll have some mini sessions, but that is unconfirmed.
Cool.
All right. We're off.